As the late engineer Kelly Johnson once said, "Keep it simple, stupid." I was honestly fretting a little bit over how to put this video together because I do have pretty footage of both places that is in the title, the Arc De Triomphe and the Seine River, but I don't have a ton to say about them, so I was just worried, is all of this going to be enough to share? But after having a simple conversation with my husband, he showed me some perspective, and that was just this. Not everything has to be super deep and meaningful. If I just have some pretty images to share, that's okay. And he's right. He's right. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So let's go ahead and start with the Arc de Triomphe, and then after that we can get to plenty of H2O that winds its way through Paris. So getting to the Arc de Triomphe had felt like a big accomplishment on the day that my husband and I went. One, because we were quite fatigued. We had done a lot of walking that day. I had also needed to use my cane, so it felt like a double win for me. Now, getting there, in hindsight, we might have picked a metro station that was a little bit far, but that's how it turned out. And eventually, the path that we chose, it went up and through the famous Champs-Élysées. Now, I've said this a few times in past videos, neither my husband nor I are big shoppers, so we didn't have any particular interest in this famous shopping lane, however you want to label that as. Plus, when I was, observing my surroundings, it kind of looked like a lot of high-end brands, too rich for our blood, or there were a lot of brands that I have access to that I can actually shop at where I live in the US. So that was just a big skip for us. Now, to get up close and personal with this famous monument, you have a few options. You can get there either by the RER or the metro, and you can exit at the name, which will be on screen because, at that particular station, or there are two pedestrian underpasses, one at the Champs-Élysées, which is what my husband and I used, or there is one particular avenue, which its full name will be on screen. Again, not touching that. Big thing here, don't try to cross the roundabout. I've heard that people have tried to do that in the past. Wow, no, don't do that. But once you are there, and if you wish to go up to the top, I think it's referred to as the attic of the Arc de Triomphe, you can do that. The price to get up there is between 16 to 18 euros per person. I'm sure for kids and possibly elderly people, that's a different price, but I'm not sure of that one because my husband and I did not go up to the top. We were fine just, I guess, walking around the base of it, but going inside, that is an option for you if you are interested. Transition! So now that we've looked at something on land, let's look at, well, still some more land, but with the bonus water. Nailed it. Cool. So the Seine River, we probably ended up walking along it 4 or 5 separate times, and you can find a lot of spots with very little foot traffic, and that's part of my enjoyment of it because you can find just a lot of pockets of quiet areas. And in general, I think walking along the river, for some reason, even though it's still technically right next to the hustle and bustle of the city, it's still feels removed from it. Does that make sense? Well, that right there is something that I particularly enjoyed about it. Now, my husband and I, we did want to take one of those boat tours, but we just didn't really get around to it. Yeah, we were in Paris for 11 days, and we definitely saw a lot of things, but we're also the sort that we don't like to go. We really like to take our time. So I guess we were just sort of selective with what we saw and for how long and all that good stuff. So perhaps sometime in the future we will have that boat journey. I think that will be fun. And yes, I am including footage of places and things that weren't specifically the river, but it was either right next to the river or kind of adjacent to it, and it just kind of adds to the overall story and enjoyment. It's fine. It's fine. This next song goes out to all the sailors out there.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, early in the morning. Put him in the longboat until he's sober, put him in the longboat until he's sober, put him in the longboat until he's sober, early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey.
This has been Sailor Hour with your host, Merlady Rose. And now, back to some tunes a little more recent. Stay cool out there, folks. I had to ask my husband to watch my back while filming the clips on the bridge because there were 2 men walking around with the bracelet scam, and they were not shy about approaching people. In the upcoming clip, you can faintly hear a violinist playing, which was lovely. So I hope you enjoyed this very non-complicated story, and I think perhaps that's one of the big takeaways from this video. Something simple can be just as enjoyable as something more complex. That's a reminder to all of us. Myself, you, hence all of us. Anyway, that is all that I have for you today. I've got the giggles and I'm hungry. That's another tip. Don't film when you're hungry. But that is all I have for you today, folks. But let me scoochie on over just a touch. That got weird. I'm getting weird. I'm sorry. If you want to see more lovely things in Paris, you can click right here to see the Eiffel Tower, or if you want to see something much different and in a different country, you could click right here to see some wonderful castles in Germany. But that is all I have for you today. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Gosh, bye. Bye-bye.